In 2004, Minh Tsai decided to open up a business around his love of fresh tofu and desire to share it with others. In 2009, just after the economic recession hit, he was able to open up his West Oakland tofu factory, Hodo Soy Beanery.
It would be disingenuous for me to say, yeah, you know, I was planning to build this tofu empire. It was more out of a passion for the product. I love tofu. I couldn't find the tofu that I wanted to eat. I made it with friends, and it became a business out of that. It's easy to look at food as a viable option during a recession, because food is one of those things that you got to have, even during recessions. So, so I did think about that when I started the tofu business.
The process of making delicious tofu begins at the simplest level, the soybeans. So Minh decided to go with organic beans because that meant the best tasting product.
To achieve a high quality tofu, just like, you know, good coffee or good chocolate, you have to start with a great bean. And then from there, you have to basically make sure that the soy milk is a thick soy milk, you know, so that it has enough protein and enough fat to really make the tofu delicious. You know, the reason that there's more conventional soybeans instead of organic soybeans has to do with economics. You know, if everybody cares enough, if everybody wants organic soybeans and are willing to pay for it, people are going to grow it. You know, not just in the US, but in Brazil, in Argentina, in China. So for us, it was a no-brainer from the beginning. We wanted to be, you know, organic, high quality, because you know, people do care. You know, especially in the Bay Area. I mean, Berkeley specifically, you have the most discriminating palates probably in Berkeley. We get questions all the time at the farmers market. You know, is this organic? You know, how do you make that? How do you make this?
Since founding the company and launching several lines of soy products, Minh's Tofu has found success in supermarkets, farmers markets, and restaurants. For him, the most important part about making tofu continues to be the taste and the experience of the tofu.
When you taste our stuff, you know, your first reaction should be like, wow, this tastes great. And that's sort of the experience that we want people to have, you know, especially when it comes to tofu. Because how often do you see somebody eat a piece of tofu and get all goo-goo gaga about it? Rare. But they do when they eat our tofu. And that's already a big win.